Yesterday I got yet another sponsor. He wanted to sponsor my channel, and he had offered me a particular deal. Nothing great. It's not like it's in millions or something. But I'm supposed to say that I use this product or use this website or something like that. Okay. I refused. Now, when I shared this with one of my guys, I didn't share it with the group. With the group I had shared before, when on cryptocurrency, guy from Africa was telling me he's going to pay me big money if I talk about his cryptocurrency. I have to be the influencer and tell people, and like how the influencers are doing. So his target market was the Middle East, where I'm not very popular, but I have a sizable chunk of people who watch my content. So I had shared this with my group, and they, Lord, why the fuck you don't take it, man? It's crypto, you can just make quick money. Now, I'm not going to get into the ethical reasons, because that should be understood. If you don't use something, you don't talk about it. Okay? But then what other reasons are there? Some people, they say, Lloyd, don't fucking talk. You only get 500 views or 200 views. The fuck are you talking? Your channel is shit. Right, I agree with you. I hardly get any views. 200, 500. Fine. But why am I not taking? Why? It's a big question. And I'll answer this by giving an example. This actually happened. If you notice, I don't go to colleges, I don't go to companies, I don't go to all these places, even though I'm called. And in some cases, I get paid a decent sum of money. If you check my Facebook profile before, I have done training in Oracle, I've done Samsung, LG, all these brands here and there, Toyota, Alfreem, this, that. Here and there I've done trainings. I've even spoken in colleges, schools. I've even spoken at charity events. And one of the reasons for doing that, or networking events, it improves your net worth, it improves your mileage. You can get more and more people following you or whatever. And most of the people in India or back home, they do this. They go and speak in different organizations or charity events or places or gatherings, and they get more followers. Now, why am I not doing that? This is also the same reason why I don't take sponsorships, at least as of now. And the reason is this. When you take a sponsorship money, you have to follow certain rules, regulations. Basically, you have to dance to people's tunes. That is something I don't want to do, man. I really don't want to. Sometimes some people give you $500 or whatever, and they'll give you 50,000 worth of headache. In fact, I'll give you one example which I never talked about. This charity company, not charity company, this group of people wanted me to fly down to India to speak at an event, charity event. Okay, a lot of guys, girls, and people would come. This is before the COVID. Massive event and big publicity and all that. So, and they were ready to pay 5-star hotel accommodation. Even the airline, it would be not 5-star, but be business class. Ooh, what is that? It's an animal. No. Oh fuck, it's an animal. It's a bird? Oh, it's a bird. Some big animal. I don't know. It's hidden in the bushes. Oh, it's a bird. It's a bird. See. Okay, so now, sometimes I get worried. Maybe a king cobra. Seriously, some of them are here. Okay, now what was I saying was... so they said, okay, fine, you come down. And those days, Zoom was not very popular. It was either WhatsApp or Skype. So, I think it was Google Duo. Yeah, Google Duo, where they had this video session. And In the video session, there will be some board of the board members, some 6 or 7 people, and I'll be one of them. So there were many people. Okay. So I said, all right, fine, whatever. So we were actually, they brought me up and we were talking. As we were talking, and these other people have not seen me, they are the rich investors. They are the ones who invest a lot of money, so they have a say. Some of them were old and all that. So after the introduction, they asked me what was my concept. I said, what will I do? Then, obviously, it was open to questions. They could ask me any question, I would answer. So first this old lady said, can I ask you something? Yes. Are those tattoos real on your face? I said, yes. Okay. And she was educated, huh? You could make out with her accent, and old lady but educated, grey hair. So then she told me, if this is how you look, what message are we giving the youth? If they look at your face like this, what message are you giving? So the moderator or the person who arranged the meeting was a little taken aback. I just kept quiet. I am used to all this bullshit. Okay. So that is the first question. So I kept quiet, and immediately my mind started to race towards the fact that there would be many questions like these. So instead of answering one, I said, can I suggest something? They said, yes. Why don't you ask me all your questions and objections? I'll write it down on this sheet of paper, and I'll answer all of them and go. So we can have a clarity. The moderator then asked, is that okay with everyone? They were looking at it. Okay, fine, all right. So that is the first question. The second one is, one guy, slightly young, he said, I watched some of your videos. The thing that bothers me, uses a lot of profanity. Is it possible for you to control your profanity? In other words, mind your tongue. So I acted as if I was writing it. I just wrote 1-2 words. Third person said, you also talk about your past, colorful. We have a lot of girls coming down there. How do we know that you're not going to take advantage of this platform in ways that are not acceptable? So I wrote it down. Blah, blah, blah. They went on. All these questions. Basically, the whole thing. Why am I saying basically? Okay. The entire conversation or the objections were more on my character, integrity, all the stuff which, if you were to read the questions, you would think I was a serial rapist coming down to hunt small children, or I was some con man was going to cheat everyone. And I had to convince these people and tell them, see, listen, I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. I will not do anything bad. Now, had it been Loy Macedo of the younger days, I would have, tried to answer, but pretty sure I'd be hot-blooded, given in my 30s, and I would put them in their place. But I guess with age comes maturity, and I realized I was wasting my time. So I told all of them, I really appreciate your questions. I will give a detailed answer later on. I have a couple of things coming up. I appreciate your time. And I didn't take their permission, nothing. I said, good day. So I hope to talk to you guys later. Take care. I switched off. I'm sure everyone was surprised. After some time, I got the moderator. Hey, how are you? Listen, don't feel bad. Huh? They are slightly old-fashioned, and they are our investors, so they're important. They don't know you and this and that. I just told this person, see, listen, I understand their fears, their insecurities, but I'm not interested in proving myself. No, you don't have to prove yourself, and just come, and I'm sure. But whatever the money was, whatever the thing was, I refused, and that was the end of the story. I didn't feel bad, I was not upset, I was not angry, but I knew I was wasting my time. Now I'm pretty sure that given an opportunity, I could turn things around and prove it to them that I was a good person. Because anyway, this whole event was for charity and this and that and helping others. Even though they were paying me a small sum but the perks were quite huge. So the same reason is the reason why I don't take sponsorships now. People have this tendency when they pay you money, you have to dance to their tunes. You have to, it's more like, when you're a freelancer, they want you to be their little bitch. I'm sorry, but maybe there are other people, not me. I'm not going to be your little bitch. I'm not going to dance to your tunes. That is why I never approach anyone. I never sell. I never tell, come, please. People come to me. My boss, my mentor, gave me a beautiful example which stuck in my head, which I'm giving you today. He used to always say, Loy, when you take your business card and go to a guy sitting on the table, you have to say, sir, please. You have to ask, literally, sir, please. But when you're sitting on your desk and that guy comes to you and says, can you do this job? It's like, you're not begging, please. You're like the boss. He has to, please, sir, please take my job. So I lived my life that way. And that also should answer why my view count is low. The fact is, I don't just speak on a topic for the sake of speaking on a topic. I don't want it to be just because it's trending and, oh, it's happening. No, for what? Why? Just because it's trending, if I don't believe in it, I don't like it, or I'm not into it, I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, say cryptocurrency. It was a happening thing. But because I was kind of involved in it, people were pushing me to get into it, partnerships, and but if suppose there's a film star or there is a relationship or an affair or something, right? There is something like that. I'm not into all that, man. There's so many times people have said, oh, I see this YouTuber, talk about him, they're having this affair, or it's a trending topic. Even in terms of my videos, I'm not saying that if in case I changed to a trending topic, oh, I'd get millions of views. Maybe I wouldn't get. But I need to be truthful to myself. I need to enjoy what I'm doing. Every day, spending so much time. What's the point if you don't enjoy your life? And this is where I tell people, say, listen, yes, you have to make money. Yes, you have to do the daily grind. But at least do something that you love doing. Otherwise, what is the point and purpose of life? If you're going to do something which you hate and you live your whole life hating it. I'm not saying quit your job right now and take your passion, no. Work towards it. I had to work towards it. And that's where I'm able to earn today. So yeah, I know for a fact that my views are low and not some big global star, and most probably I'll be like this for the rest of my life. But the only consolation I can give myself is I had a blast doing it, man. I had fun doing it. I enjoy doing it. I like doing it. And I'm not miserable. That's why, you see, I post 3 to 4 videos per day. I'm enjoying, right? Not a viral topic, not something great, but something I enjoy. Yes, I will not be like some other YouTubers, 100,000 views per video, or there are people who have come after me, but they're doing far better than me. But I'm in it for the long term, the marathon, and I'm enjoying myself. So if I could give one moral of the story with this video is, you have one life. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Live your life without any regrets. Earn money, yes. But move towards what makes your life worth living. No? This is what? If you die tomorrow, then finish. No? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know your thoughts. This is me signing off. You guys take care.